Hello. Hi. How is everyone? Merry fucking Christmas. Yes, today is the day, and I would rather be nowhere else than here with all you little fucking freaks because I've been IRL streaming for 6 months now, and I fear it's turned me into a narcissist. And I've gotten so much negative attention, I've learned to enjoy it. And it's sick. Very sick. Anyway, I thought I'd start this beautiful Christmas evening off with a poem by the great Gregory Corso in one of my favorite poetry books called The Happy Birthday of Death, which is something I wish that Ben Thorpe could relate to, seeing as today's his birthday and that's probably his original wound. But I'm going to try not to focus too much on the very obvious narcissist and borderline in my life because there's a lot. There is a lot to choose from. She doesn't know he thinks he's God is the name of the poem. He is God. John Raisin is God. He stands by the window smiling, watching a child walk by. I am God, he screams. He knows. His wife taps him on the shoulder. John, the baby is sick. It will die. His fever is up. Get a doctor. John Raisin stands as though he were dead. With all the health and freshness of life exaggerated his deathness. He stands a man stunned with the realization, but he is God. He is God. His wife pleads, screams, stamps on the floor, pounds her fist against the wall. John, the baby will die. Happy birthday of death. Ah! Fuck, I already am setting myself on fire. It's just, all right. Sunglasses are coming off because it's fire hazard. I need to be able to see where everything is. Hi. Merry Christmas, everyone. So I already did all of my family festivities and I feel good because it's just over with. I get stressful in the buildup of the holidays, but the main thing is that I show up, I'm there for my relatives. I do my part. I give presents to the people I want to, and I give another reason. Literally, I know. It's horrific. I know it's terrible. Hey, it's up dancing on the sun. Did you get rid of Thai church? Because I keep banning people. Like if I'm in Thorpe TV's chat, I'll ban people from their chat, but it makes it a little complicated because then other people can see them in my chat, but I can't. Anyway, so I thought a good way to start the stream would be for me to take a narcissist personality test, and that'll give us an idea of like what's the difference between having narcissistic tendencies versus having narcissistic personality disorder, which are two very different things. And I don't think I'm on the radar for the personality disorder, but definitely through YouTube, it's cultivating like narcissism in me. Speaking of, I would love to show off my final Christmas look because then we are transitioning all into New Year's party themes because yo bitch loves a theme, if you know what I mean. Check it, bitches. Oh. Is it a dress? Did she say yes to the dress? Yes, I did. Did I do my best? Yes, I did. Did I look up a personality test? Yes, I did. Did I play guitar as a guest? Yes, I did. Did I play for too long? Yes, I did. Did the people want to sing along? Yes, they did. Oh. Merry Christmas. This jacket goes with like nothing, but I think this kind of works. This dress I wore to my cousin's wedding. God, I'm such a thirsty bitch. Right? I think it's cute. And I did a little matching green bow on top. Because that's my new thing, is just sticking those bows wherever. I'm literally in retard land. Oh, in retard land. In retard land. In retard land. Whatever. This is the world we live in, bitches. So, I am realizing that, like, I need to shield myself and beware that I am surrounded by wolves and people with severe untreated personality disorders. And literally each individual channel ends up being a singular cult of personality. It's the further I go in streaming and stuff. Yes, bitch. Sorry, I did smoke weed a lot before this, and I was writing down a lot, so that'll help me focus. I can't be tamed. I can't be tamed. Well, and I have everything ready because I might go out after this. I'll probably just want to go smoke weed, but at least if I get that second wind in me, I'll just have to walk right out the door. I'm ready to go. I'll wear my mommy goth boots. But I don't want to be hungover tomorrow. I want to be like productive, and I get so hungover just from like a couple drinks. All right, everyone be nice and nobody abuse their thingies. Hey. So here's a couple of things I wrote down. First off, we have to look at, I made a Christmas themed board of love. I wrote a lot of things down, okay? And I'm also going to drop the link at some point. We can have some people come up. Positive vibes only. Chill vibes only. But first, let me get through this board of love and take the personality test, and then we'll open up the conversation. And I want to see if people feel like, am I overstating the issue by saying that, like, this is a huge thing in the streamer community, that there are tons of people with personality disorders that are preying on the loneliness epidemic that we have. So they find like people who are vulnerable to creating a parasocial relationship, and they like exploit it. Like they just so directly exploit it without any hesitation or caring for the well-being of the people they're exploiting. And then also you see these people that get negative feedback. And it was such a huge, like, it really helped me understand it more when you think of it as supply. And narcissistic supply can come in the form, ideally, they want positive attention, validation, and things of that nature, because they don't have a stable sense of identity or self-esteem naturally. And they are externally regulated, just like the borderline personality disorder is externally regulated. They literally cannot cope on their own, which is so funny that people like the Thorpes like throw around like, cope. Yeah, you should try it, bitch. Anyway, let's get to the board of love and stay positive. But supply can also be negative attention, because it's like, yeah, I'm the big bad wolf. Like, oh, everyone freaks out when I'm in the room. Like, ooh, you know, you are insane. LOL. Yeah, I'm part of the problem, baby, but I want to be part of the solution. Oh, no. Absolutely no. That's a drawing of me crying because of being bullied online by Grace. She said I wasn't popular. All right, check out this board of love because it's already kind of stacked. Because I have the best audience. We're a tight-knit group, okay? But they're highly supportive, extremely supportive, and I'm sick of wasting my time freaking out over every little negative comment, okay? I'm learning. Before, when I did content, it wasn't as focused on my life, and I've opened up a lot more since then, but it's a new experience still to be dragged on this level constantly. And I'm trying to make the most of it. And part of me is starting to enjoy it in a sick way. You crave the up and down. The like, it's literally a rush of cortisol and then a rush of oxytocin. You know, you like crave attention from the abusive person and you get stuck in this cycle like an addict. It is junkie behavior. You need to this is my hobby, bitch. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with doing YouTube and talking about like personality disorders? Sorry, I'm not watching Housewives. The fuck do you want from me, bitch? What are your hobbies? Model airplanes? Like, what are you talking about? Feedback loop of who? Where? Oh my god. A hobby to do on the stream? Oh my god, I can't. Then this isn't your channel. If you want quality content, go elsewhere. What do you want? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, Board of Love, the Christmas edition. So I tried to make it a little extra cute. And we already have $60 from Cycleman90, $20 from Quadratic Residue, $5 from CV, and $25 from Dancing in the Sun to ban TY Church, which I'm fine with because he's a hardcore, stupid, great simp who gets scammed over and over and over. And it's hard to watch, quite frankly. And then down here, I just wrote some basic notes of ideas I was having, and then I kept doing that for a long time. Okay. Wait, let me make sure I have my phone so I can even see if I get... Oh, it's in my purse. Duh. Okay, I just want to make sure it's on so I can hear it so I don't forget anyone. And I think I did the math wrong. I actually have like more up there, but whatever. Donate to... Ooh, thank you for reminding me. I want to hit my weed pin now because you suck. But I'm not going to get sucked into negativity. I will ban you, though, for being a little bitch. Go to a channel you like. Why do you come to a channel you hate? Go away. Your handwriting's all better. My handwriting varies so much depending on, like, my mental state. Like, it's either, like, really neat and clean or, like, upside down, backwards, and sideways. Like, it varies a lot. All right, let me try taking this test. I found one on Psych Central that I am, like, 99% sure is free. And I'm not going to have to, like, sign up for something at the end. And it's to check for narcissistic traits. And we can write down some of those traits and then see and look up some videos of people who we think exhibit those traits. I just got wax everywhere. I'm so bad at, like, everything. I should not be allowed to live alone. I obviously need a helper. Maybe that could be my new reality show. Come help me. Thank you. Look, also, look at what I got for Christmas. Is it even showing up or is it just, like, very blurry for you guys? I can't tell if you can see it, but it says on air. Dude, I'm just going to have to pay for the real StreamYard. It's getting crazy. All right, let me... And hold on. I'm taking the test first. We're going to identify the characteristics. Okay. It's blurry. It's... Okay. Shoot, I wonder what it's like. It's like looks totally weird from far away. Whatever. That just adds to my totally weird, stupid vibe of everything being broken. That's what we're working with at the moment. But I like it, and it makes me feel cool and like a real YouTuber. So thank you from the mom. All right, so oh my god. You're so reactive to your emotions. You need to control them. Don't treat good people like... Julia alt detected. Goodbye. Ban. Do I even need to, like, say any? Like, we all know that's stupid, right? I don't need to really expand upon that. All right, so let's do this personality test. Okay. Rip Julia, whatever. She's good with her girl Grace. They're like totally besties. Did you get that jacket for Julia? More like Julia. Bullshit. Gaslighting. The dude was annoying her on purpose, so her reaction was warranted. Yeah, come on. Like, I'm so sick of my, like, every, like, thing I do being microanalyzed and being mocked. It's like Let me live, okay? I'm just trying to have fun on YouTube, for fuck's sake. All right. I think the one I found was on Psych, whatever. Psych. Here. Okay, I hope that this isn't like something we have to pay at the end. I'm pretty sure it's not. But either way, it'll give us a good idea of what the traits are that we're going to be looking for and the behaviors that we're going to see exhibited. I did have a couple videos in mind to look at, and hopefully there's no audio issues, but the one is of obvious case Jake Paul, who is a pretty well-known narcissist and menace to society, and proud to be a menace to society. He's proud. It's like this, like, oh yeah, I'm the bad guy. Like, he's proud that his neighbors had to like go to the police and like request, you know, assistance because they were such terrible neighbors, etc. Dude, I know, and she thinks that they're friends. She thinks they're friends. And she thinks we fucked over Grace. Look at her channel. Like, okay, you're officially on her. Like, go. I don't care. It's just Delulu. Too Delulu for me. No, because I think someone said that she like drunk called in once. Yeah, I'm sure you and Grace are like so tight. She doesn't care about anyone but her dad and herself. Literally. Look at how they're spending their Christmas. They're spreading around my old porn pictures from me and my ex when we were strung out on fentanyl and doing chatterbait together. That's how Grace is spending her Christmas. Wait, Ruby, are we finding out you're nuts? No. Okay. There's this narrative online that I'm like so crazy and so out there. I feel I'm just expressive. And, you know, yeah, I had a little bumpy, fell off the wagon there for a couple years trying to build my life back. And yeah, maybe I'm a little expressive and a little erratic, especially when I'm going down on methadone. I don't know. All right, let's see what this test says. And we'll see. Because then it does make me feel more narcissistic. Like, I'm screenshotting like pictures of myself to get like a hot picture to put in the thumbnail, like talking about myself, promoting my videos. But that's necessary when you are a content creator. And so many of my best fucking artistic friends fail because they're too afraid of seeming like narcissistic and like they're pushing their work. So they don't ever show their work. They don't ever do any promotion whatsoever. And then they fade into oblivion. It's fucking depressing. God. All right. Instructions. Here you'll find a list of 40 statements. For each statement, choose one that best matches you, even if it's not a perfect fit. Complete the quiz on your own and in one sitting, which takes most people about 5 to 10 minutes. Answer all questions honestly for the most accurate result. I'm going to try to be as honest as possible. I truly am. I think I have an accurate self-esteem. Like, it's not too big, not too small. Fuck you, pop-up. All right. But is that real? Okay. In our selfie-obsessed times and self-posting culture, we've all likely heard the word narcissism thrown around. Oftentimes, it's used to describe someone who seems overly vain or full of themselves. But is that really what narcissism means? One thing I do relate to with narcissists is I do have a bit of grandiosity. You know, I have a lot of grandiose ideas of things I want to start. Oh, I want to start a religion. I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to start a business. I want to start a band. I want to start a practice space. I want to start a restaurant. Like, boom, 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 boom. And it ends up being a little bit like all over the place. Let's take the. Okay. All right, fine. I'm done stalling. Okay. We're going to find out what I truly am. Okay. Where's the test? Am I stupid? Where is the quiz? Am I literally like so ready? No. What? Give me this fucking quiz, bitch. Okay, where is it? Guys, am I literally like so stupid? What am I doing wrong? But do you think I have like narcissistic personality disorder? That's not something I've ever been accused of in my life ever. But on YouTube, it's like, it really does bring that out of you. And I say things a lot sarcastically that people think I'm saying like in as literal, which is funny. So I think some people have like a kind of warped perception, but that's okay because I just, I put a lot of weird shit out there and people are entitled to come to whatever opinions they want about it. Dude, I give up on this site. I need to find a different one because I don't know what the issue is with that. Let's go back to... Come on, just a free fucking test. It's not too much to ask. It's because I'm on like Bing. Fuck you, Bing. We're going to Google. I want a normal result. Jesus Christ. Narcissism test. Free. Oh, maybe this was it. Please don't be a fucking weird thing. Okay. Whew. Whew. All right. We got somewhere, guys. We got somewhere. We got a test. We found a test. So I think through this process, we did test positive for retardation. Is obviously on the table. And the weedaholicism is just making me even brighter. I think I was always a musician. I played in punk bands that always had kind of like over the top, that's just the culture I was in. And I don't know how that translates as for me as a streamer, but that's just how I am. All right, let's start this fucking test. I often fantasize about having unlimited success, power, or beauty. I'd say no. Not really. I deserve to be treated with the utmost respect and difference regard. Strongly. Nope. Treat me like shit. I can't stand it if another person is the center of attention. Nope. Good for them. I don't know if I'd make a good leader. I don't know. I get angry when I don't want from us, I guess. I get annoyed if another person steals the show from me. Maybe a little. It's hard to show my vulnerabilities to others. No, that's not true. I post all my fucking junk online. I like to show off a little. I have a lot to learn from people. Yes, I'm very, very, very dumb. I'm not satisfied until I get everything I deserve. I'd say no, I don't really care. I've literally like left jobs and just not gone to pick up my pay because I was like too ashamed because I got like quit and I just took the loss of like a couple $100, like just weird shit like that. I take pleasure in the failure of my rivals just a little bit, but that's a recent development that I try not to cultivate. I really don't like. In general, it depends on the type of failure. Like if they're trying to do something that would like promote more evil behavior, then yeah. But if they were trying to like advance themselves in a genuine positive way and failed, that makes me feel sad, genuinely. Nope. I start to feel badly about myself when I go unnoticed. I don't know. I think I'll be famous someday. I think I could, on YouTube, because YouTube picks random ass fucking people to be successful. So I think I have as good a shot as any other random fucking person. All I want is to be reasonably happy. Yes. I find it easy to manipulate people. I tend to disregard the feelings and needs of others. No, I hope I don't. Having authority over others is important to me. When others get a sense of my true needs, I feel anxious and ashamed. I don't even know. If I ruled the world, it would be a better place. Nope. My zip code. Oh, if you. Uh-oh. Ha-ha. Ha-ha. Boom. Who said I'm narcissistic? What? Even though I was in a band that was called Narcissist. I think actual narcissists, exactly. That's the thing too. They really don't. So I probably would not be able to perceive that in myself. But it's not something that's ever like brought to my attention from like people in my life. But maybe they're just so terrified of me. Like, who knows what levels of oblivion I'm living in. Oh, thank you, 20 or Z3. Well, I actually don't think it's a shame because I like having creative control too and doing my own thing, working on my own schedule. But I am potentially, open to calling in to Lolcow Queens and participating in some degree. I was not ejected from the Discord yet. I've actually been fairly active there. All right. A couple people are mentioning to do the narcissistic personality inventory. Narcissism test. That's what the doctors use. Okay, let's look this up. And I'm not using Bing because that sucked. What is it? The narcissist inventory questionnaire. Huh? Maybe this is it. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, this one might be a little. This better give me the result, or I'm gonna. No, I'm not. Promise you, YouTube. I would not ever kill myself or even talk about that. Hey, Nikki. Merry Christmas. I keep like zoning out and forgetting it's freaking Christmas. That was just today. We did most of our celebrating like last night and then like this morning. And then that feels like a lifetime ago. Have you ever considered just not being addicted to drugs and living a normal, happy life without clout chasing as your only means of self-esteem? So that's an interesting perspective. But I just smoke weed, but I used to do a lot of drugs and I turned my life around and I'm on great terms with my family. I have a job. I have my own apartment and the YouTube channel's on the up and up. But thank you for your fucking Christmas cheer, you absolute loser. Goodbye. Forever. I'm kicking you out if I can do it. Gosh. I'm so bad at using the laptop. Oh my God. Get out of here. Merry Christmas, bitch. Young, skinny, and rich, bitch. Dude, I know. I actually did commit to going out to a real party, which I haven't gone out for a New Year's party in a couple of years. I've been like mostly antisocial or not wanting to drink. That outfit's insane. Thank you. Oh, yes. But I don't want to give any supply to him because it's all supply. Whoa. Oh, see, people should be talking to me like this and not like, hey, bitch, have you ever thought about stop smoking crack and like doing YouTube? Like, what? There's a lot of reasons people make videos aside from using it to regulate their self-esteem. I don't know. I mean, I definitely do enjoy positive feedback. And I'm starting to enjoy the negative too. That's why it's on the table for me at this point. I would say fair. I'm open to it. Because I do like a lot of alone time and just being by myself. That's very self-involved, I sometimes feel burdened by other people's needs, quite frankly. That's pretty narcissistic. Like, I feel like I can't barely deal with like my own shit, so I like having anyone else's shit piled on top of mine, like Christmas cheer. Oh my God. We do not talk about that person. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong thing. No, I don't care what that guy does. And I don't care what you do. You're banned, bitch. He has like 80,000 alts too. So annoying. Hi, Merry Christmas. Ugh, I wish I didn't like my chat tree ornaments are everywhere, so I can't show them off. Yo, Nikki, don't go find my stalker, okay, please. He's someone who's obviously a narcissist and is actually fucking dangerous and has served long prison sentences, has a kid he's not allowed to see, and is in the country illegally and is raising money to come to my side of the country. So please don't support that. Please. And that's the last I'm going to speak on that situation. I love being alone. I love being away from people like the Dorps. They're a good example of why family hates one another. I mean, a lot of my fascination in moving into hyperfixating on personality disorders was due to my bizarre experience with the Thorpes, but learning about narcissistic personality disorder and how it can be so intense that it mimics psychotic features because they have very psychotic delusions and it's a shared fantasy that they create and participate in. And then they try to pull other people into the fantasy, to give them some kind of positive supply. And when there's no positive supply left to squeeze out, they just take the skin off and get the marrow out of the bones, whatever they can fucking suck out, negative shit, like from combusting the relationship. It's so psychotic. I was an addict for 10 exact and we didn't have to go. Oh my God. I was on Suboxone for 8 years and I was doing really well on it. Narcissistic supplies and something I've read in NA academic research on NPD is very armature psychology. Well, then it makes sense why I'd be, if I'm a psychologist, I'm an armchair one. I don't know what to say. People, attention. I dropped out of middle school. I do have my GED and I started college, but I did not finish my degree. Anyway, I'm not an expert on any of this. I just speak on my experience and shit on the internet that made sense of my experience, and maybe it'll help you make sense of people like this. If not, that's great. And it's probably very armchair psychologist-y because I'm just some random bitch on the internet. Thank you. It's really a miserable life, and I'm just happy that I've been in a strong place, even though I'm dealing with a lot of bullshit. At the end of the day, anyone who believes the source knows everything is where you went wrong. When I make mistakes to own it, in order to see them do that. Oh yeah, no. Do more AIU videos. I messaged him a little while ago. I haven't heard back. He works on censored.tv now, so he's not doing like YouTube stuff really. He has like a remix channel where he posts like video remixes, but morning. Do you know the band Skating Polly? Their energy and vibe reminds me of you for some reason. Super awesome way. Oh, thank you. I'm not familiar with them though. Yeah, and I'm an easy target because I post a lot of material that they can use about me because I've been very open on my channel. So, but that also works to my advantage. There aren't really any surprises. If people are curious to hear my side or see the truth, it's all kind of been on video. So they can say whatever they want, but they're known to be habitual liars and their word means less than dirt. And they just dropped from having 700 viewers to having 120. So yikes. Yikesy. So I was thinking ways that I definitely have grandiosity. But I don't think I have borderline personality disorder. I've been diagnosed with a couple things, ADHD, bipolar, stuff of that nature, but I've never gotten borderline or narcissist or any of them in any of my times being diagnosed, which is like, I don't know, 10 times. It's always been bipolar or ADHD. All right, we got to do another drift track. Yes, I'm down to, let's elevate the vibe, bitches. Because I want positive supply right now. Right now, bitches. Give me that positive supply. Let's just fucking take this jacket off. All right, are you ready? speaking of it, he got a channel on Fear the Robe. Oh shit, I'll have to link up with him. I haven't talked to him since I like first came back to YouTube. What's up? I know my numbers have been a lot better since I went on Lolcow. I feel like a lot of people like me. I had a really positive reaction from the chat, and I've been really enjoying being on the Discord and interacting with the people. I know the jacket's cute, but I'm also like getting warm. Now we can show off the dress. I feel like I'm starting to look crazy though. This sucks. This just looks like it's just a square. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's very like Videodrome. It'd be cool to get like a hand like coming out of it, or gun is not what the thing is. Ruby, you're a hot chick who's in a punk band. You have grandiose dreams. Yeah, but the thing is, I hated myself, and my plan was to die young. Always. I never planned to live past my 20s. I wanted to play in a punk band, get addicted to drugs, and literally die. And then in my mid-20s, my brain finished developing, and I realized that's a fucking really retarded way to live, because there's a lot to live for. And luckily, I survived to get to that point. But then after the pandemic, my brother dying, I relapsed, and now I'm back, bitches. But yeah, I'm pretty open about my struggles, because I think a lot of people have struggled with this and know people who've struggled with it. And I'm proud of the progress I've made, even though a lot of people shit on me because I'm still on methadone. But, I'm going down mama dose, baby. Dosey dose at the clinic now. Ow. Dude, I need to like clean my room so there's just like literally more space. Dosey dose at the clinic. Were you suicidal? I was suicide ambivalent, but I definitely wanted to die. I was a nihilist. I looked around me and decided life is not worth living. It's horrible, and I want to die. Truly, that's how I lived. I was very self-destructive. I used to cut myself. I did every drug with no hesitant. I was like, yes, Karen, yes, crack, like, because I wanted to die. That was the plan. So yeah, very, very depressing. But I'm a very enthusiastic participant of life now. So I have a very different outlook. And that's why I fight against online nihilism and cynicism, because I think it's very destructive. There's a lot to be grateful for. There's so much beauty in the world. And it's definitely worth a shot to try to just do your best in life and have some good experiences. Did I enjoy it? No, I was usually extremely miserable and like crying, and it was just horrific. I was a very like mentally ill kid, and I was super isolated. I didn't go to school for a couple of years, so that's why I'm like this. So it's not crack entirely. Oh, yeah. La 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 hey. Hey. We'll have a Diet Coke, yeah. How'd you turn around religion? Maturity, and I naturally was passionate, so I had a lot of friends and community to rely on, a lot of support, way more than your average addict. I think just from being in the music scene, I knew a lot of people. So I had a huge network of support, and I always did drugs alone. Like I always did them alone. It wasn't very well. I did them like before shows, but when I got into the hard drugs, I did that alone or with whoever I was dating, and we'd be a horrible power couple of drug addicts. At one point, my entire band was addicted, and it was just, and then we were all on Suboxone at the same time. I feel like we were the Suboxone guinea pigs in like 2013. Like I went on that shit early, but that was before fentanyl hit the street, and then everything changed. And I couldn't get back on Suboxone at all. I got precipitated withdrawal, even 4 days completely off raw dogging withdrawal. It's horrible. All right. Yes, and Merry Christmas. We're talking about like the most depressing shit. Very, very fun Christmas. Hallelujah. All right, what else did my notes say? Help me focus. Were you doing drugs in 2011? Yeah. I started doing drugs when I was really young. I got an apartment when I was 16. I document all of this in my series, My Addiction. It goes just broadly with my past because I have lived kind of a weird life. I'm trying to be festive. Thank you. There's a lawsuit for Spacek. Really? I mean, I feel like I had some side effects, but ultimately it kept me clean for 8 years. The only reason I relapsed is because I got with an ex who was using, so it wasn't in my life, and now it's not in my life. I have no desire whatsoever. It was really just like a freak happening of a lot of horrific events at the same time. Sometimes life is like that, and it's just very unfortunate that I made a wrong choice, and it fucked me up for a couple years, and it almost killed me, so. Others were much worse than I, though. Yeah. I was living on, like, Daggett Street. There's, like, this huge warehouse in New Haven, and there was just, like, all artists and musicians and drug addicts and junkies all living there. So it was all of those people mixed together, and there was a lot of overlap, and I lived next to a rave, so there was always a lot of Molly, designer drugs, and shit like that. But I swear to God, I had to work in this cafe, and I had to be up at like 6 a.m. They would do their rave until noon the next day because they were all on drugs in this warehouse with no windows, so they don't even give a fuck what time it is. Oh. I don't know if I have major teeth issues. My teeth definitely moved because I lost my retainer, but I don't think they're that bad. I did get white strips. Ugh, I think I would feel super claustrophobic scuba diving. I don't think I could do that, honestly. All right, what was the thing we were doing? Let me pull this up again. Yeah, I was on it for a long time. And right when I got off of it is when I happened to reconnect with an ex who lied and said he was clean, needed a place to stay, but, he was not. And not only that, he literally, like, offered it to me, which I find to be, like, kind of evil. But I took it, and I did it. And I said yes, and I'm a fucking retard for that. And I've been paying the price so hardcore. My family's paid the price. My friends have paid the price. It's had an outward horrific ripple effect on the world. And I'm hoping to undo that and hopefully not be horrible. All right. Okay, begin. I have a natural talent for influencing people. Maybe because when I was a server, I was pretty good at, like, selling stuff, but I don't know. Modesty doesn't. I think I am essentially a pretty modest. I think I'm like a trash person. I would do almost anything on a dare. I tend to be fairly cautious. I'm fairly daring. When people compliment me, sometimes I get embarrassed. I know that I'm good because everyone keeps telling me so. No. The thought of ruling the world frightens the hell out of me. Yes. I can usually talk my way out of anything. This is something I've changed on. I feel like I am trying to take more of that. I prefer to blend in with the crowd. I guess I do apparently like to be the center of attention, judging by my behavior on the internet. I will be a success. I'm not too concerned. Well, success for me has a very personal definition, and it's probably different than what they mean. So I would say I'm not too concerned. I'm no better or worse than most people. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm making. Yeah, I'm assertive. I think I am fairly assertive. I don't mind. Yeah, I do not like that. I insist on getting the respect I do. I usually get. Yeah, I feel like I don't like to show my. Now I do that. I'm a skinny bitch. I want to light this ciggy. Light this ciggy with a candle. Trying not to spill the wax. Amy Wax is in a scandal. Oh. That I hope one person in the audience got that reference. That's kind of funny. Amy Wax is this like right-wing professor who got in trouble for noticing and stating that in her classes the Black students tended to score lower. And she said it in a way that was not, maybe not worded correctly, but it was essentially a factual observation, and she got reprimanded for it. And it was kind of a scandal and an interesting, talking or like a jump off point for a discussion. There was a lot of podcasts and interviews about it, and it was pretty interesting. It was fairly scandalous. There is like, I'm fairly left wing, but I still do have concerns of the fact that like 95% of faculty in most academia is like fairly far left. And they're like reprimanding people on the right wing. I mean, well, this is a pattern that exists across every school ever, but I don't know why or what. All right, let's see how narcissistic I am. I can read people like a book. People are sometimes, I say people are hard to read because I obviously misread the Thorpes. I feel competent. I'm willing to take responsibility for actions. I like to take responsibility. What? If I feel competent. Okay. Yeah, I don't previously happy. I don't know. I try not to be a show off. What do I have to show off? What would I be showing off? Sometimes I'm not. I'm just along for the ride, baby. Sometimes I depend on people to get things done. I rarely. I guess I do. Sometimes I tell good stories. Everybody likes to hear my stories. I guess sometimes. I don't think I'm always as articulate as I wish I was. I expect a great deal. Nope. I like to feel helpful, like I'm making other people feel happy. I will never be satisfied until I get all that I deserve. I take my satisfactions as they come. Yeah. Compliments embarrass me. I think I don't think it like super embarrasses me. It depends though. Yeah, I'd say power for its own sake. I don't care about new fads and fashions. I like to start new. That's grandiose. I'm gonna start. Listen, it's gonna catch on. Okay, it's called holiday core, and you're already seeing this in K-pop. It's gonna be more and more normal for people to dress up like the holidays all the time, to have Halloween-esque, Christmas-esque, weirdly holiday-themed clothing. Congratulations on 9K. Thank you. Not doing hard drugs is a success. Yeah. Also, it's like there's different kinds of teaching, and she definitely has a very like, not warm and fuzzy kind of teaching, it seems. What? Okay, let's go back to my narcissism thing. See, I'm even gonna make myself so tiny because I'm not narcissistic. All right, I like to look at myself in the mirror. I'm not particularly interested. I guess a little bit because I'm like doing my makeup, like, I'm doing a video. I'm seeing myself in the video, like, so I guess it depends. Sometimes I really don't like it, and I just want to be totally incognito. That's why if I'm outside during the daytime, I'm wearing like sunglasses and a hat. I want to be left alone for the most part. Like, unless I'm intentionally going out to interact, I just want to go about my shit and be left the fuck alone. So it really goes both ways, but I'll stay uncomfortable for now because that's how I feel right now. I can live my life in any way I want. People can't always live their lives in terms of what they want. People always seem to recognize it. That never is. I hope I'm going to be, I guess I hope. Hey, Talmud, how are you? It's okay. I mean, I know this is a different kind of stream. I wanted to just move away from the drama bullshit. And obviously, since I'm hyperfixated, it's still coming up, but I am trying to do a deep dive on narcissism, see if I have a narcissistic personality disorder, and then watch some clips of people like Jake Paul. And ultimately, I do not want to do anything that is harmful to people online to advance myself. That makes me feel bad, and I hope there's a way to exist online without doing that. People sometimes believe what I tell them. I can make anybody believe anything I want. I don't know. I'm born. I do think I have had a weird life, so it could be a good book, sure. I get upset when people don't know. No, I don't. I would rather be in the crowd. I'm less capable. I'm like everyone else, but worse. All right. let's see these results. Ruby, don't mean this. You do have an ego. That's the thing is people don't understand when I'm being sarcastic when I say like I'm a celebrity and things like that. That's why it's celebrity with an S. Hi, what's up, Raven? I reckon yours would score higher than average normie. I mean, I guess I do. I mean, I must have an ego, I guess. Maybe I'm developing more of an ego through streaming and the like attention. I'm like, you know, I do want people to give me honest feedback. I don't want them to think I'm going to ban them. It's just when people are like, you know, constantly excusing what the Thorpes do to me and like playing both sides. It's just annoying. You're a better person though than your enemies. Well, thank you. I would say that almost every single person on earth is a better person than my enemies. So that's why it's like, could not have cast a better villain for my life. But damn, what a joyless bitch. We all have an ego. The difference is narcs and real people is people don't revolve life around ego projection. Yeah. TV says, I think everyone has tiny narcissistic traits by default of having an ego. It just depends on how far a person takes their ego. Okay, so my results, I'm like average level. I got 9. Looks like out of something. All right, so I'm pretty low in all of them. I have no self-sufficiency. That's accurate. Exploitiveness, I really try not to exploit anyone, and I feel terrible if I do. I truly do not want to do that. And I don't feel entitled to shit. Everything feels like extra bonus to me at this point. Some exhibitionism and vanity for sure. Okay. So I'm almost high level vanity. Almost. But nothing crazy. Not a chance. I'm so over it. No, he's the worst. He literally is like a spineless freak who just wants attention online, and it's really annoying. Go seek elsewhere, bruh. All right, hopefully I can play a video and it's not going to give me issues. Let me grab my headphones, though. Oh, and let me drop the link. I'm sorry. I keep not dropping the link if anyone wants to join. Where did I put my headphones? La, 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 la. No, wrong headphones. Oh, they're right here. Literally, like right behind. Right behind. Oh, I forgot I have a drink over here too. La 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 la. Okay. Focus. La 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 la. Hopefully this works. I put some videos in my watch issue. Free Louis. No, we don't want murder. Okay. All right. Let me look up the video that was like in my. Where's my watch later? My playlists. Home. Not subscriptions. Where's my fucking watch later? I'm too high to figure this out. I'm a silly high bitch. Okay, well, I can find it right here because I think I put it in here. Points. We're not reacting to detrans. All right, let's see. Is Jake Paul a sociopath? And there's a lot of narcissism has a lot of comorbidities, and one of the biggest like symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder, especially malignant narcissistic personality disorder, like people like Donald Trump. Sorry, I was shocked. Sorry, got it. What? Yeah. So especially that kind is sociopathic. So let's see. Hopefully the audio.
Jake Paul is one of the most well-known YouTube personalities on this platform. He is incredibly influential. He's got 17 million subscribers. Jake is also one of the most polarizing out of all YouTubers. You either love him or you hate him, which is one of the reasons why Shane Dawson decided to make a docuseries on him. It attempts to unearth a side to Jake Paul that the public doesn't necessarily know. In episode 2 of the docuseries, Shane explores the possibility of Jake Paul being a sociopath. Sociopaths are another term for someone with antisocial personality disorder. According to psychologists, someone with antisocial personality disorder is not empathic, as in they can't understand the feelings of others. Sociopaths are manipulative.
Is the audio okay?
To control the people close or even complete strangers. They have no regard for the rules and often push the limits of what's acceptable.
They said Shane Dawson made a video on him. I think he might have some.
Yeah, it's like a 5-hour like series.
Today, Life's Biggest Questions asks, is Jake Paul a sociopath? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions.
Remember when you did a video on Shane Dawson?
Oh yeah, I think I took it down because it's like weird. There's just too much weirdness, but I don't like these like dogpiling and like, oh, that person's over. Like,
I remember I left a pretty funny comment on that video though.
Note that sociopaths are extremely likable people. They are charismatic, charming, and agreeable, which is why it's really hard to tell if someone you know is a sociopath. The sociopath in your social circle might turn out to be the person that you least expect. So let's do our own diagnosis of Jake Paul using these 7 points. Those with antisocial personality disorder can only receive a diagnosis if they're over 18, and they
that other screen, it just showed Jake Paul sitting there. It looked like, because I'm looking at the back, what do you call it, the backstage of the stream lab. It almost looked like Jake Paul was just sitting there in the backstage waiting to be on this stream.
Can you imagine? That'd be so
talking shit about me,
dude. I mean, this is what like the Thorpes who are obvious, have narcissistic personality and borderline personality. They spend their time like going into Pronsis's chat when there's like 10 people there to bully him. Like nothing is too petty for some of these people. It's really wild because they're obsessed with vengeance and control.
Someone tells Jake, yo, this bitch with 9K subs is talking shit about you right now.
Fans gathering outside his house, noise complaints, and setting furniture on fire. Jake also once secretly recorded a conversation on the doorstep of a neighbor he upset. But in California, it's only private conversations that are not allowed to be recorded. And also, the neighbor didn't press charges. At this time, Jake Paul does not have a criminal record. That could change in the future, but other than being a bad neighbor and a public nuisance, Jake doesn't necessarily break the law.
From what I saw on like other videos of him, he was like acting like proud. Like he was proud to be like, wait, what the fuck is behind the mad shitter? Is that ew? I'm kicking that person out. That's gross. God, why do people always have to fuck with me? Anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, he was like an annoying neighbor and just a.
Well, and yeah, he was proud of like that aspect. Like wow, the cops are. I party so hard. I'm so cool. I'm such a maverick. That's his whole like thing is like be a maverick. Like
I got notoriety.
Prawn likes the bully though. I guess so. I know. So ultimately, it's whatever. But like, it's just so petty, and you'd think these people have anything better to do, and quite frankly, they do not. When I was with the Thorpes, all they did is just search their username like every day to see if anyone was talking about them anywhere, so that they could like react to it. Because it's supply, and now they're just junkies. Living the junkie lifestyle.
And the LAPD, after responding to complaints about him, said that Jake Paul hasn't been cited because he hasn't broken any laws. Moving on to number 2, sociopaths lie, constantly deceive others, and may even act under false identities, and they often use others for their own personal gain. We do know that Jake Paul has been known to lie, and publicly too. For example, back in August of 2017, he lost 60,000 followers after he accused Facebook.
Oh my god, maybe this isn't like the most incredible video. I've been watching. I really liked that Sam Backman guy. His videos tend to be kind of long though, but it's been so fucking insightful to understand like the inner workings.
I think he's a hard person to introduce people that aren't familiar with the narcissism thing, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You need people that are like, because he's kind of like, I hate saying boring, but he just.
I wouldn't say he's boring. Well, I guess it's like you have to be interested
to someone
in the
who's
topic.
to someone who's being introduced to like that topic.
She lures you. She reels you in.
I want to see
approach, avoidance, approach.
Like, what was that Dr. Romania or whatever? I think her stuff's pretty easy.
Oh yeah. I like her. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're being kind of armchair psychologists. That's what laymen, when we we're allowed to talk about topics, even if we're not an expert in it, and you can call it that, and that's fine. Like, am I not allowed to still have an interest in it? It's like, it's so annoying. People, hey, Merry Christmas, Alex. When I was with them, they were making like 3 to 4K a month on YouTube, not including like cash apps and stuff though. But that went down a lot for a while. They were like only getting like 60 subs a stream, and then they started refocusing on drama and focusing on my every move, and then all the loghouse stuff boosted their views and all that shit. Negative logos, there's narcissistic collabs, hypnosis. Yeah, maybe I should look up the lady. What was her name?
Dr. I don't know if it was really Romani, but I saw her on the sidebar.
Oh yeah, no, it is. Actually, I want to see why I do feel drawn to people with personality disorders. So let's see what is up with that. Doctor, please tell us.
Oh God, I didn't know it was going to be 40 minutes long. But
people in the world have managed to trick
shorter
other people into.
Yeah, it's usually like a 10 reasons or like a bite size.
Yeah, I've seen how the narcissist indoctrinates you. That's interesting because we know someone who's brainwashed by a narcissist.
The silent treatment. You know, we think it's just this annoying thing of being in house with someone who's not speaking to us. Let's talk a little bit more about it. Have you ever been subjected to the silent treatment? Really subjected to it? It's rough. A few hours, maybe a day of it, that's still uncomfortable, but we can get through. But what about a few days, a week, a few weeks, or a month? It can get really bad. Well, what happens then? Well, most people, when faced up against a silent treatment, will give in. You may say whatever you need to say to get them talking again. You may even apologize.
I feel like I'm a victim of a smear campaign right now.
It may even be that you called them out. Like initially, what started this is you called them out for a betrayal, for example, and they punish you for that calling out by giving you the silent treatment. So you may then find yourself after a few weeks or a month, you may find yourself apologizing for pointing out their behavior. It's not as simple as they hear what they want to hear and then the silent treatment ends. No. It's more than that. The silent treatment is about them getting the power back where they want it. It's ensuring that the power differential remains asymmetric and that they still have the power. Using that betrayal example again, if they are the one who was cheating or lying or got caught out in whatever their betrayal was, that hurts to be betrayed, right? And most of us, when we become aware of a betrayal, we'll talk about the anatomy of a smear.
Oops. I'm going to switch it to a different video of hers. That's the anatomy of a smear campaign. Because I kind of feel like that's what they're trying to do that to me, doing all these videos, exaggerating my past, lying about me, and just like trying to smear my name any way they can because I won't collaborate with them. It's fucking ridiculous. But it hurts their like egos to have any kind of rejection. But it's like, how the fuck am I not going to reject you when you like act like this? It's so crazy. There's no accountability. Like, okay.
If you have been through a narcissistic relationship, especially more than one, then the odds are that you have likely been through a smear campaign. And many people will say that the smear campaign was as harmful, if not more so, than the relationship. Smear campaigns can show up in different ways. Some smear campaigns may be part of what's happening in the workplace. Some involve family, some your mutual friends, and some take in all of it. but all smear campaigns are designed and result in harm to your reputation. And you may feel you simply can never get ahead of it, and they can change your life. So let's look at the essential ingredients and framework of a smear campaign. So first, almost inevitably, a smear campaign involves a narcissistic or very manipulative antagonistic person. Smear campaigns are the tool of a vindictive, vengeful, insecure, controlling, obsessive, manipulative, entitled, emotionally immature person. It's a way for them to control the narrative and punish another person. Can people who are not narcissistic engage in smear campaigns? Of course, but I would put heavy odds in favor of, if you are going through a smear
Oh
campaign.
yeah. Oh, here's
that
something that happened to me today. Is I found out that Grace for Christmas is asking people to go collect more nude images of me, and I've been getting DMs today of that. I'm getting so used to this treatment that I literally didn't even think to bring it up when we're talking about a smear campaign. That it's fucking insane. Like, they're gonna try to like say that I'm a prostitute or like whatever, spin and lies they say. But the truth is out there. I've been extremely forthcoming. I've always been open about my past. The only thing I wasn't open about was the timeline when I first met the Thorpes, because I didn't want people to go and look up my shit. Unfortunately, my stalker somehow found it, even though no one in my IRL or YouTube had ever found it. My stalker found it. He emailed me threatening me with leaking my name and all the nudes. And then he linked up with the Thorpes, and they started encouraging him to post the nudes with my other freaky guy who like doxed me and my family grossly. Also collaborating with my stalker, and grossly made a video saying that my stalker is like a nice guy and I'm stalking him.
Oh God.
What is this?
They're
shit?
all
These
like
people are disgusting.
Like worthless pieces of shit. Like all of them.
And on Grace's birthday, she uploaded my porn and then was afraid of getting a strike, so she went to Throwaway Channel to do it. And then she says, "Well, what have I ever done to you? Fuck you, bitch."
Your stalker's always like, hopefully, when my mom's gone, I'll inherit some money. He says shit like that. Like,
yeah, God. He's absolutely worthless, net negative on society. They really, there was a reason why I was warned by everyone in the streaming community not to collaborate with them. But curiosity killed the cat. I wanted to see what was real about them. And unfortunately, they are a lying, like, criminal pair of incestuous freaks. People who leaked her. Well, no, because it wasn't leaked. It wasn't revenge porn. I was a webcam model for years, and then I stopped, and then I did it a couple times, like out of financial desperation. But I mostly worked in restaurants the last few years. But there's some videos floating around. There's some images floating around, because when you're a webcam model, everything you do is recorded and illegally re-uploaded. So it is against DMCA to do that. So technically I could take them to, I could do a DMCA claim on them, I guess, because it's property of me and Chatterbait. But it's, whatever. It's out there. People see it. I got over it. They're disgusting human beings for the way that they've treated me. And their lives are horrible. So, they have to, unfortunately, live their own lives. Grace men are exploiting kid behind the camera sister, and some older man dying of cancer. They're just sick. Yeah. And they're so hateful. Like, even today, I went in and, because someone's like, "Julia's talking about shit." And I looked in the chat, and Grace was complimenting some random person at the store who was festive, "Oh, I love your outfit." And then 2 seconds later was like, "Ew, I fucking do you have nothing better to do?" And it's like, what the fuck better things do you and Ben do except sit on your asses Googling your own name over and over? They live in a fantasy. And when you pop the fantasy, they go nuts. It's fucking stupid and embarrassing. And Grace looks like shit. It's really bad.
Person who is engaged in it has got some sort of narcissistic vibe. Second element is that the narcissistic person, or the smear campaigner, as it were, engaged in the smear campaign because they feel wronged in some way. Narcissistic people play the eternal victim, and they live their lives as though they are being persecuted all the time. So as a result, if anything leaves them feeling as though they are not being treated the way they believe they should be treated, or if they feel that they are losing control of the narrative or the relationship or the situation, all of these are catalysts for a smear campaign. The most common stimuli that set off a smear campaign include you may end a relationship with them, or you quit a job with them.
Exactly. Once I stopped collaborating with them, and just now they reached out to collaborate again, and once again I said absolutely not, not unless there's some serious meaningful change. I would consider being part of a redemption arc if there was something profoundly different, but I just do not see that happening, like
them, or you end a business partnership with them, or you distance yourself from them, and they do not want that to happen. Obviously, other things can set them off, but in general, smear campaigns begin because the narcissistic person feels wronged, and they are going to punish you. Narcissistic people are often self-righteous enough to believe that above all else, they are in the right, and will literally frame it as though it is their moral duty to inform people of what a bad person you are. The third is that smear campaigns and smear campaigners are obsessive. When a narcissistic person is wronged, they become obsessed. The revenge fantasies and the vindictiveness literally overtake them, and they can't let it go. Even when other people around them may tell them, like, dude, it's enough, like, let it go, it's over. It's not that big a deal.
Sounds familiar.
The egotistical nature of narcissism is that they cannot stand the idea that someone got something over on them. So, for example, let's say you're going through a divorce with them, and the settlement is not what they wanted it to be. They will lose their minds, and it really does become a vendetta. In a way, a smear campaign is a narcissistic person launching the worst punishment that they can think of, which is to ruin someone's reputation, because narcissistic people care so desperately.
But fortunately for me, I've already ruined my reputation, bitches. Haha, you can't do anything. Everyone knows I did porn and drugs. Fuck you. Like, I'm so open about that, so it doesn't land. But
it can feel like the ultimate revenge for them to bring someone down in this way. A narcissistic person looking for revenge doesn't relent. And I know this may bum some of you out, but these smear campaigns can last a long time, like years in some cases. And people will wonder why the narcissistic person doesn't lose steam. Obviously, some narcissistic folks or some smear campaigners may lose interest, maybe once they find new supply. But there is a certain point where the vengeance and the vindictiveness turn into a sort of gratification that they can still keep messing with you, even when they moved on into new things. This is an important point because it allows you to be prepared that the narcissistic person will even accuse you of engaging in a smear campaign. If, for example, let's say you choose to talk to one close person in your world about your breakup and they come to find out you did. However, one conversation with a friend or someone close to you to help you cope is not the same as the obsessive full-scale campaign of the narcissistic person. Fourth, smear campaigns are about speed. The narcissistic person will very quickly try to get to other people first. And that's not to say that you were trying to get to anyone or trying to engage in any kind of smear campaign, but that the narcissistic person will start talking to people about you and about what happened before you even get the chance to tell other people that, for example, maybe your relationship ended or you quit the job. The smear campaigner will also start with soft targets, enablers, the most manipulatable people in your midst, people who may have already had a soft spot.
Enablers like Julia and Thai Church and a couple other people who are just fully on board with the bullshit. It's really sick. Shout out to Julia. You suck, even though it's Christmas. I'm trying to be cheerful.
For them, who are more naive, who are more suggestible. If this was an election, what you would argue is that the smear campaigner would start with their base. And that sort of creates a community that they have now started to populate with these accusations about you. At this point, you may even get calls or inquiries asking you if these things are true. Or you may even find that people are pulling away from you and you don't understand why, because they don't tell you. The fifth thing that we see in a smear campaign is that the smear campaigner will make plausible accusations. The fact is, none of us are perfect. And this really matters if this is a longer relationship.
Yeah, they like to. One thing I noticed is I'm very honest about how during my psychotic break, I broke into, someone's house, their door was open. I walked into someone's house and I lit a cigarette on the stove and there was a knife there and I picked it up because I was scared. And as soon as someone walked out, I dropped the knife.
Oh.
They changed that story to I put the knife to the throat of a man while sexually assaulting him. But it is true that I did lean in for a kiss, but no kiss happened. But I guess you could say that sexual assault, what I did was terrible. And I feel terrible that it was me committing those actions, but I was in a psychotic state. And you can call that an excuse, but I was running around naked into traffic.
Yeah, you didn't necessarily completely know what you were doing.
I believed that everyone was an actor. Like it was, and I then was institutionalized for 2 weeks. So everyone agreed I was insane to the point where I was involuntarily committed at to the maximum amount of time. Like it was a whole fucking thing, but I don't think it's representative of my behavior, except that yes, when I was a teenager, I was wild. Like I did a bunch of crazy shit, but I don't just go. They act like I'm this maniac, knife wielding maniac, just going around hurting people, and it's so ridiculous. But they have a lot of really dumb, gullible, easy to manipulate fans like Julia.
And because narcissistic people are actually quite astute in their study of people, and especially the vulnerabilities and weaknesses of people who are close to them, and how the people in their life relate to other people, they may know exactly what to say to each of the different people in a smear campaign. So they may tell a friend, for example, let's say this is a friend you've always had a friendly rivalry with. They may tell the friend that you often put that friend down and that it actually wasn't such a friendly rivalry. So the things that they're saying about you to these other people aren't from left field. And as a result, the people hearing them may sort of hold on to the idea that there's a certain believability. The sixth thing is that the narcissist, as part of the smear campaign, will share things you told them in confidence. Especially if this was a close relationship and a long relationship, you may have shared opinions with them about people that you never wanted shared with those people. And they will use those as part of their arsenal in the smear campaign. Again, the narcissistic person moves fast. So they are getting to people early. So even if you slowly over time get to the point that you talk to these people, well, the well has already been poisoned, because it's quite likely that these people have heard that you said terrible things about them. And listen, it may not even be that the narcissistic person shares confidential stuff. They just may make stuff up. Now, the narcissistic smear campaign.
Yeah, Grace likes saying that I told her I was a prostitute, but I've never said that. I've never done that. I've did online sex work. I did online chatterbaiting, whatever. Liquid Dan says, I'm just a chatter. I came from Local Live. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Kitchen Man Dan on an alt, but
what if it's Liquid Dawn? OPC is ultimate.
I don't know. There's everyone with their fucking alts trying to sneak in here.
Campaign is not just the narcissistic person saying outlandish things or giving a laundry list of the terrible things you did in the relationship that are not true, but rather they also share things with other people that actually may be true. Like I said, never should have been shared. And then they will follow that with accusations of things you did in the relationship that are not true. But now the person hearing about you from the narcissist may now believe them, because they are hearing the bad things you said about them. So they're kind of mad at you. There is a bit of an indoctrination process in a smear campaign whereby the narcissistic person or the smear campaigner tests the waters to see whether the person that they're going to tell the terrible things to is open to it. And sadly, most people are open to gossip. So once the smear campaigner realizes that the door is cracked open, they will then gradually creep it and push it open more and more widely and say more and more negative things about you. Number 7, the smear campaign's inner structure is held up by triangulation and gossip. In a smear campaign, there's a lot of telling that the narcissist telling each person in the campaign different slices of the story, and sometimes even turning people within the campaign against each other so they don't talk to each other and share stories, and so that the people within the campaign won't share stories and potentially support you. A foundational piece of the smear campaign is gossipy secrets. And as I said, the narcissistic smear campaigner tests the waters first to see if the person they want to share the smeary talk with is open to it. And then they may even say something like, well, it's good to hear that, it's good to see or good to know that you actually want to hear the truth. Your sister was in total denial. I was just like, la, 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 I don't want to hear it. But yeah, your sister was also casting shade on you and your family. So you see how they do it? They say, well, this person don't want to hear it. Well, that's because there's something wrong with them. So there can almost be smear campaigns within smear campaigns in a way to separate all the people on the receiving side of the smear campaign again, so they may not compare notes. Number 8, smear campaigners are like a special ops team. They get in and they get out fast, clean, lean, and mean, and don't leave that much of a trace. They may set it up that they just sort of run into someone. And so it can feel like, oh, this is a coincidence. Funny to see you here. It's not funny. It wasn't a coincidence. And then they will often just sprinkle some innuendo into a conversation in this place they just sort of ran into you with. So it goes relatively unnoticed. The other thing that smear campaigners will do is just kind of keep it casual and conversational. They won't do stuff in writing, won't even send a text, or even legal remedy. One day you may confront them about the smear campaign, and I can all but guarantee confront.
All right, I think we kind of get the gist of smear campaign. Let me see what else I wrote on my thing, because I had like a lot of thoughts. All right. Let me get back into full screen. Where's the Christmas? You missed it.
What?
Wow. Not even a candy cane?
Do you know how long it takes to photo? Well, it doesn't take that long, but
I make photos all the time for thumbnails every day, bitch.
okay, yeah.
Just use Adobe Express. But I'm JK. I don't care. It's fine. Yeah. Halloween, I used to decorate my room for Halloween year round. Mm-hmm. All right.
A glowing skull, that's Christmas, right?
Yeah, that could be Christmas.
Totally.
I wrote down YouTube Paradise for NPD because they create tiny little Jonestown all right, so each YouTuber is kind of like the mayor of a small city, and they can create a little cult, and it's like I could technically block anyone who's critical of me totally and just create like an inoculated experience that only built me up and have only yes people close to me, that's a very easy situation to fall into in YouTube, and it's all about collaboration and
didn't
it's a weird world.
What was it Jake or Logan Paul? I think it was Jake Paul that had like some compound where he had people live with them, like followers and shit, and they all had to get like identical tattoos and shit.
Whoa,
this was a while back, but
wow. I mean, yeah, it just seems like it's ripe for exploitation, and I feel like in 20 years they're going to look back at this as like the wild west of streaming. I feel like it's going to be like the early days of reality TV where way more fucked up shit happens. I think that's like we're in that era, but for streaming.
Who knows?
Merry Christmas, zombie. Thanks for watching, Dixon. What's team? Oh wait, yeah, Team 10. That was like his house. I could
Okay,
technically do something like that. Well, no, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I got a green screen though. I should try to whip it out.
I got a green screen too. I just haven't
Oh yeah,
set it up.
I forgot you haven't.
No. Is that that studio available below you?
I don't
good.
know. I actually people move in and out all the time, so I have no idea.
That'd be good to set up a green screen or something. I'd have to like quit my job and move, but
I wrote 5% of the population. It's estimated that 5% of the population has this narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, these kind of disorders that are like based around that need to be out regulated by external validation or just reaction or attention of some kind is like necessary for them to feel okay. And the same way that like a junkie is addicted to, you know, they need a fix, they need a stronger fix, they need a bigger fix. It's
only
very
5?
junky.
I thought it'd be a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, that could be a low estimate, and like, but I feel like in streaming it would be like 50+%, maybe 70%. So I'm trying to be more aware of that going forward. That people will pretend to like me or be my friend, and then totally, you know, stab you in the back, and that just happens all the time. You know, there's people who are just nice to you and then fake elsewhere, and
I guess zombie said 5% of 7 billion is way too fucking many. I agree actually, but
true. What else did I write? Oh, well, we're in a loneliness epidemic, and I think that streamers are also kind of exploiting that, like parasocially. It's like ripe for exploitation. Like Jake Paul's like, hey guys, like ask your mom to go get your credit card, like, you know, and when you do a lot of like streaming, it can like mimic this kind of relationship to like, I don't know. I just think young people are probably susceptible and it's exploitative. And that's also why I stopped doing OnlyFans, because I feel like that's kind of exploiting the loneliness epidemic for money or whatever. Sounds like you need a higher class. No, I love my friends. This is all internet stuff, which is totally separate from my real life.
Oh yeah, your real life friends are pretty good.
Yeah, I am so fortunate that my IRL friends are awesome. I have one of my friends is coming to town. One of my close friends who lives in Brooklyn. So I'm being social, but I am often inclined to say no when people invite me out. I like being alone and I like being online. I'm probably addicted to the internet. Maybe I'm addicted to attention. Maybe I'm a narcissist. Who knows?
I feel like everyone has some tiny little trait of that. That's why it's like when I hear these questions, I'm like, I start like questioning, like, oh no, am I? But then I'm like, no, because then I get to the next question. I'm clearly it doesn't apply.
Yeah,
to me,
and also wouldn't be to the level of like a person. You know, if you probably would have had someone say you have that by this point. Brian says, hi, Ruby. I stumbled across you recently through the Log universe, and I think you're really cool. Anyway, I just want to say hello. Hi. Yeah, I met a lot of cool people through the Log universe, and that's why I still hang out in that Discord. And it's been great for meeting like other, smaller channels that I can collaborate with and help get me out of this like Thorpe algorithm of like constantly being connected to videos with Grace, them covering me. Like, I just want to distract myself and like totally just start collaborating with different people. Like, maybe Ruby wasn't. What are you talking about? We all did that last night, silly. We usually do like a Christmas Eve dinner and then like Christmas morning, and then I don't know. I could have stayed for longer, but I just wasn't. I get socially just exhausted after like, I don't know, staying over somewhere, waking up there, being there, doing all of it was just kind of a lot. It was good. I was saying earlier, there's always kind of a depressing vibe because not all of my family, is with us. So it's always going to be sad for that reason. But I'm not the only issue is, I still have some issue with my younger brother, but I don't think that's going to be an issue forever. Here to lurk. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. I do feel a little narcissistic in my appearance. Just since I lost the weight, I do feel like better. What else did I write? Oh, another one. It's like Yeah, being proud of being a nuisance, not respecting boundaries, lying, using people. All clicks are the same to YouTube. So all attention equals good. Perverse incentives. That's a perverse incentive. And that's why I think the Thorpes were like ruined by the internet, because they already had these personality disorders and then they got addicted to this like constant negative feedback loop. And it's just a disaster. Seeing all the BS Local Queens, glad you aren't involved with that show directly as a host. True. I think I got the best outcome of the scenario. I got 500 subs just from like the audition and my small appearances on the show. And then I was on the show the other day, and I think Keem has warmed up to me a little bit. So they did want me, I think, to call in sometime. And I'm open to that because I think it's a good opportunity to meet other streamers and keep putting myself out there, even though it was connected to the Thorpe thing. It seems like Keem has totally cut that out. They totally banned, anyone associated with them, but hopefully he sticks with it. We'll see.
It seems better to just not be directly involved with.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to legally buy myself to anything, or I like having creative control. I like doing my own little shows and experimenting. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do on this channel and what direction I want to move it towards, because it just got so, wrapped up in bullshit lately. It feels like not all clicks are good. You can be true. I have thought that my channel might be slightly shadow banned. Into part of the algorithm gets low views, no advertising. But I didn't use my channel for 3 years, and I think that does damage to it too. I'm sorry to hear all the troubles you're having with some of the males right now. Okay, Ben Old. It's just one male, my younger brother, who I've literally lived with for like 10 years, never had a fight. And yeah, he moved out, and I'm kind of pissed off about how it happened. And this all just happened in this last month. So, and I wish I never said anything online, because now people ask about it and it's fucking annoying. And I know that Grace is like, guys, go ask her about her brother, because for them it's a win to make me break down and cry. And that's why Dan, Ed, and King aren't here, because they, on Grace's command, have come here with the intention of breaking me down to crying to impress Grace. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't get it. It's totally bizarre.
Good night, Milk Cow.
Good night, Milk Cow. I mean, I'm fine. It has gotten better, and it continues to get better every day. But I do vent, and I'm not worried about the brother thing at all. Like, we're just taking space right now, and that's not that big of a deal. Yeah. I'm more. So what you're saying, she's got a spin-off. And also, no one's going to work with them. No one in their right mind works with them. And if they do work with them, they will be stabbed in the back and then milk the content for years to come or whatever. Blood is thicker than Wi-Fi. Let's see if we wrote down anything else for him. Oh, there is healthy narcissism. So there has to be like a healthy degree of having narcissism and ego to advocate for yourself to move forward in the world. And especially if you're a creative person, and creative people, I think you have to have a little more narcissism than other people in order to push themselves, to put themselves out there. They have to think like, I'm doing something I think is somewhat interesting,
Would you say a little bit of narcissism is good, or it's just?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit.
Just for like a motivation, or you know what I mean? But what do they call those?
Other thing.
Affirmations.
About was what?
What do they call those affirmations? Would those be like narcissistic, or?
Some can be, but they're usually for like people with super low self-esteem.
Okay,
but
yeah,
there are like people who use it who are like probably like psychopathic. Another thing is covert narcissists. That's another thing I found rampant in the social justice community. Is like a lot of people on the left are like covert narcissists who are just constantly like expanding on their victimhood and using it to exploit other people financially. I've had so many roommates do this where they're like constantly just like manipulating and like getting money from people and just bringing up like a victim status over and over. And it's often like, I don't know, like white non-binary guys. And it's like, dude, I don't think it's that hard to be you. Like, fuck off.
My experience with that was just like other people, like just in real life, that are basically, you know what I mean, from a non-political standpoint. I think like, because a lot of it is rooted into self-loathing, or rooted from that.
Midnight Captain says Rainy Grace is just trying to cash in on her Lockout Queen's experience with publicity. So, yeah, and Kim is not working with them. He banned everyone who associates with them on the Discord, which is like, I don't know who actually associates with them. Like at this point, they already turned on links and like went after her family, which is just
psychotic,
unbelievable, and
even
so
though
fucked up. Like I hate links, but come on, going after the family, going after the boyfriend is fucking insane. It just crosses so many lines. I hate when people go after my family. It drives me insane because it's like they're not participating in this. Like,
yeah, well, that's how they try to get to you.
And it does.
If they can't get to you, they try to get to people around you.
Nothing pissed me off more than when Grossly was like sending messages to my mom. Like
they got doxxed, didn't they? Or that's what I heard.
I was given their docs. I have it, but I don't believe in doxing. So because I'm not a horrific human being like they are. But if they keep fucking with my family, yeah, I will. That is one person who I would dox if they fuck with my family again. Absolutely. Yes. So that is a threat.
Yeah, was Lynx ever basically warned about Grace ahead of time?
Of course.
Yeah.
Anytime you talk to them, you get like 20,000 DMs from their, you know, hate watchers who like warn you, which is good because you should be warned. So at least you can have a guard up. But Lynx is very stupid and very gullible, and I think she's like a master manipulator, but she's just, you know, got lucky by just being in the Discord at the right time in the right place. She didn't have a channel or any experience or anything except like Kim liked that she was like evil and manipulative and caused drama. That was literally it. It's like the dumbest shit. Based Rubinator facts.
Did you say Kim is malignant or covert?
I don't know. I did have him in mind at certain points, thinking about like, but I don't know. But I don't like how he conducts himself in a lot of ways. I have a lot of concerns with that, and I hope like I'll participate in the show, but as long as I'm allowed to be myself and I'll express my concerns. And they love drama, so but at least I'll be able to, you know, say my piece or whatever if I go on again. Not that I'm gonna like go on to take them down, but like I definitely would want to stay true to myself if I participate in that show. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Oh. Hey, what's up, baby?
Oh, this YouTuber I follow, he had like a video. It was called "We Need to Pretend as If Boogie Were Not Alive," which meant like as if he didn't exist. But like YouTube, I guess, put a strike against it. I guess trying to say that he was saying Boogie should kill him. So that's not what he was saying though. But it was just the video title was misread like that. But basically, yeah, like I don't know.
Research Ice Poseidon to understand Queef Star. I only know this person because I remember like Grace mentioned them, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I guess they're like, because I'm not familiar with the IRL streaming world at all, like at all, especially like the like dark world associated with it. But hi Chuckles. Chuckles is welcome and to stream snipe me. I don't. That's fine.
In the Wake of Poseidon is an awesome King Crimson album. You ever get into that stuff or that like heavy prog rock? It's very chaotic, but it's awesome.
I like got into my like very like own little niche things. Oh, it's a 5 minute.
My name is Sam Vaknin.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm the author of Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited. If all else fails,
The abuser recruits friends, colleagues, mates, family members, the authorities, institutions, neighbors, the media, teachers, in other words, third parties, to do his bidding. The abuser uses them to cajole, coerce, threaten, stalk.
I do kind of feel like that's what people use their discords a lot to like harass people and make like coordinated harassment campaigns and like treat them like little armies, like everyone go do this. And
Kiwi
it's
Farms, I feel, is
up.
like that too.
4chan
was
Kiwi Farms, like it's really, I go and check there because it is good for compiling info on certain people, but
yeah,
it's way dark. I don't like that direction of the internet. I don't like it.
Old school, like early 4chan was really good for that, but or Encyclopedia Dramatica.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Offer, retreat, tempt, seduce, harass, communicate, or otherwise manipulate his target. The abuser controls these unaware instruments exactly as he plans to control his ultimate prey. In both cases, he employs the same mechanisms and the same devices. And he dumps his props unceremoniously when the job is done. One form of control by proxy is to engineer situations in which abuse is inflicted on another person. Such carefully crafted scenarios of embarrassment and humiliation are meant to provoke social sanctions, condemnation, opprobrium, or even physical punishment against the victim. Society, or a social group in this case, become the instruments of the abuser against the victim.
That's a good comment.
Abusers often use other people
for the chat. Because I'm seeing, like, as I'm spending more time doing like streaming and meeting other people, I am noticing these really problematic patterns of like the darker side of streaming. Inferno999 said discords are places to coordinate attacks. X is where the brigading happens, and YouTube is where the rumors from the discords get spread. It's become three-pronged like that. It's like this fucked up like machine. And there's a lot of sadistic people who go out of their way to fuck with people. It's very fucked up.
To do the dirty work for them. These sometimes unwitting accomplices.
Like Grace's Simps who come over here with the goal of making me cry. That's horrible. Why would you do that to someone? That's disgusting.
Belong to three groups. The first group is the abuser's social milieu.
But they're also a bunch of little narcissists. They're probably like, she's talking about it. Grace, look.
Offenders, mainly in patriarchal and misogynist societies, co-opt family members, friends, and colleagues into aiding and abetting their abusive conduct. In extreme cases, the victim is held hostage, isolated, and with little or no access to funds or transportation. Often the couple's children are used as bargaining chips or leverage in such a dispute.
Too bad, because I'm shameless, baby.
Ambient abuse by the abuser's clan, kin, kith, or village, or neighborhood is rampant.
Pitchfork Mafia.
The second group of witting or unwitting accomplices is the victim's social milieu. Even the victim's relatives, his family members, his friends, his colleagues, they are all amenable to the considerable charm, persuasiveness, and manipulativeness of the abuser, and to his impressive thespian acting skills. The abuser offers a plausible rendition of the events and interprets these events to his favor. Others rarely have a chance to witness an abusive exchange firsthand and at close quarters, so as to discern between abuser and victim. In contrast, the victims are often on the verge of a nervous breakdown. They are harassed, unkempt, irritable, impatient, abrasive, and hysterical. Confronted with this contrast between a polished, self-controlled, and suave abuser and his harried casualties, it is easy to reach the wrong conclusion, that the real victim is the abuser. Or another conclusion, that both parties are abusing each other similarly and equally. The prey's acts of self-defense, assertiveness, or insistence on her rights are interpreted as aggression, lability, or a mental health problem.
Well,
Thus we come to the third.
What's wrong with you? You're also one of her biggest simps, and like, I let it slide, but why do you think that's okay what she does? Like, what if I was actually vulnerable to relapse and fucking died? Like, and these people go above and beyond to terrorize me and like send people to fuck with me, and you give them money to do that as your entertainment. You don't see a problem with that? Maybe like morally, I don't know.
Of accomplices and collaborators, aiders and abettors, the system. The abuser perverts the system. Therapists, marriage counselors, mediators, court-appointed guardians, police officers, judges, they all end up upholding the abuser's version and helping him in further abusing his victims. Abuser uses them to pathologize the victim and to separate her from her sources of emotional sustenance, notably from her children, and then from her family, and then from her friends and colleagues. Forms of abuse by proxy include socially isolating and excluding the victim by discrediting her through a campaign of malicious rumors, a smear campaign. Harassing the victim by using others to stalk her, or by charging her with...
Oh, like maybe telling my stalker to stalk me. Sounds familiar.
Offenses she did not commit. Provoking the victim into aggressive or even antisocial
Oh, it's almost like they were constantly trying to bait and provoke me.
conduct by having others threaten her or her loved ones. Colluding with others to render the victim dependent on the abuser. But by far, the victim's children are the abuser's greatest source of leverage over his abused spouse or mate. There is a video in this channel dedicated to how the abuser leverages the children in his dispute with his victims. Be sure to watch it.
Ooh, coping with stalkers.
My name is Sam Batnin, and I'm the author of Malignant Self-Love.
I need help with this.
Today we will discuss stalkers. Stalkers are not made of one cloth. Some of them are psychopaths.
I'm trying.
Other stalkers are schizoids, narcissists, paranoids, or an admixture of these unsavory mental health disorders. Stalkers harass their victims because they are lonely, or because it is fun. These are latent sadists. Or because they cannot help it. They are clinging, codependent, or for myriad different other reasons. Clearly, coping techniques suited to one type of stalker may backfire or prove to be futile with another. The only denominator common to all bullying stalkers is their pent-up rage. Stalker is angry at his or her targets and hates them. He perceives his victims as unnecessarily and churlishly frustrating. The aim of stalking is to educate the victim and to punish her. Hence, the catch-22 of coping with stalkers. The standard and good advice is to avoid all contact with your stalker, to ignore him, even as you take precautions. But being evaded only inflames the stalker's wrath and enhances his frustration. The more the stalker feels sidelined, ignored, and stonewalled, the more persistent he becomes, the more intrusive, and the more aggressive. Yep. So what to do? It is essential, therefore, to first identify the type of abuser you're faced with. Start with the erotomaniac. This kind of stalker believes
That's
that
why
he's
I
in love
find
with
it
you.
interesting, because I do believe that he is like a cerebral narcissist, and I do think that this could be the perfect format for him to get supply, admiration. Why not just take the easy route and be honest, and just to go tell them exactly what it's like? That's a lot of serial killers. Once they're caught, they want to brag about exactly how brilliant they are, what they did.
Are you familiar with this channel called Special Books for Special Kids? They
interview I watched that.
Yeah, you saw the one where they interviewed an actual like self-admitted sociopath.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Or something, but yeah, the kid was like very open and honest about. I don't know if he was narcissistic or social, whatever it was, but it was an interesting interview.
We'll watch it.
That regardless of overwhelming evidence to the contrary, the feeling is reciprocated. In other words, he believes that you are in love with him. He interprets everything you do or refrain from doing as coded messages.
Yep. don't even check the like emails that my stalker had sent for the last 5 years, but when I do go through them, it's all these things he said I was like secretly communicating to him, like through dreams or like by wearing a certain like shirt or like whatever it was. He believed that I was communicating.
Testing your eternal devotion to him and to your relationships. Erotomaniacs are lonely, socially inept people. They may also be people with whom you have been involved romantically, your former spouse, a former boyfriend, or even a one-night stand. They could also be colleagues or co-workers. The best coping strategy with an erotomaniac is to ignore him. Do not communicate with him, or even acknowledge his existence. The erotomaniac clutches at straws and often suffers from ideas of reference. He tends to blow out of proportion every comment or gesture of his loved one. So avoid contact. Do not talk to him. Return his gifts unopened. Refuse to discuss with him anything or discuss him with others. Delete his correspondence. Then there is a narcissistic stalker. He feels entitled to your time, attention, admiration, and resources. He interprets every rejection as an act of aggression, which leads to a narcissistic injury. He reacts with sustained rage and vindictiveness. He can turn violent because he feels omnipotent and immune to the consequences of his actions.
That's what scares me.
Your best coping strategy with a narcissistic stalker is to make clear that you want no further contact with him and that this decision is not personal.
Here's your narcissist supply attention.
Do not hesitate to inform him that you hold him responsible for his stalking, bullying, and harassment, and that you will take all necessary steps to protect yourself. Narcissists at base are cowards and are easily intimidated. Luckily, they never get emotionally attached to their prey, and so they can move on with relative ease. Then there is the paranoid stalker. This is by far the most dangerous of the lot. He lives in an inaccessible world of his own making. He cannot be reasoned with. He cannot be cajoled. He thrives on threats, anxiety, and fear. He distorts every communication to feed his persecutory delusion and enhance his anxiety. The paranoid's conduct is unpredictable, and there is no typical scenario. But experience shows that you can minimize the danger to yourself and to your household by taking some basic steps. If at all possible, put as much physical distance as you can between yourself and the paranoid stalker. Change address, phone number, email account, cell phone number, enlist the kids in a new, different school, find a new job, get a new credit card, open a new bank account, move states if you have to. Do not inform your paranoid ex about your whereabouts and about your new life. You may have to make painful sacrifices, such as minimize contacts, even with your family and best friends. And even with all these precautions, your abusive ex is likely to find you, furious that you have fled and evaded him, raging at your newfound existence, suspicious and resentful of your freedom and personal autonomy. Violence is more than likely to ensue. Unless deterred, paranoid former spouses tend to be harmful, even, in some cases, lethal. So be prepared. Alert your local law enforcement officers. Check out your neighborhood domestic violence shelter. Consider owning a gun for self-defense, or at the very least, a stun gun or mustard spray. Carry these with you at all times. Keep them close by and accessible, even when you're asleep or in your bathroom. Erotomaniac stalking can last many years. Do not let down your guard, even if you haven't heard from him for a while. Stalkers leave traces. They tend, for instance, to scout the territory before they make their move. A typical stalker invades his or her victim's privacy a few times long before the crucial and injurious encounter. So is your computer being tampered with? Is someone downloading your email? Has anyone been in your house while you were away? Any signs of breaking and entering, missing things, atypical disorder, or even too much order? Is your post being delivered erratically, some of the envelopes having been opened and then resealed? Mysterious phone calls abruptly disconnected when you pick up. Your stalker may scout your home, sitting in a vehicle opposite your doorstep. So, if some of these signs exist, your stalker must have dropped by and is monitoring you. Notice any unusual pattern, any strange event, any weird occurrence. Someone is driving by your house morning and evening. A new gardener or maintenance man came by in your absence. Someone is making inquiries about you and your family. Maybe it's time to move on. Teach your children to avoid your paranoid ex and to report to you immediately any contact he has made with them. Abusive bullies often strike where it hurts most, at one's children. Explain to your children the danger without being unduly alarming. Make a distinction between adults whom they can trust and your abusive former spouse or ex whom they should avoid. Ignore your gut reactions and impulses because they are often misleading. Sometimes the stress is so onerous and so infuriating that you feel like striking back at the stalker. So don't do it. Don't play his game. He is better at it than you are and is likely to defeat you. Instead, unleash the full force of the law whenever you get the chance to do so. Restraining orders, peace bonds, spells in jail, and frequent visits from the police tend to check the abuser's violent and intrusive conduct. The other behavioral extreme is equally futile and counterproductive. Do not try to buy peace by appeasing your abuser. Submissiveness and attempts to reason with him only whet the stalker's appetite. He regards both as contemptible weaknesses, vulnerabilities that he can exploit. You cannot communicate with a paranoid because he is likely to distort everything that you say to support his persecutory delusions. He has a sense of entitlement. He has grandiose fantasies. You cannot appeal to his emotions or reason. He has none. He's at least no positive emotions. Remember, your abusive and paranoid former partner blames it all on you. As far as he's concerned, you, recklessly and unscrupulously, wrecked a wonderful thing that you both had going. He is vengeful, seething, and prone to bouts of uncontrolled and extreme aggression. Don't listen to those who tell you to take it easy. Hundreds of thousands of women paid with their lives for heeding this idiotic advice. Do not take it easy. Do not calm down. Do be hypervigilant. Your paranoid stalker is inordinately dangerous, and more likely than not, he is with you for a long time to come. Finally, there is the antisocial or psychopathic
Got this guy fucking with me for 5 years.
I just remembered my sister used to have a stalker, and like they went on a blind date once, and then the next day he sent her flowers, and then he was driving around circling our block about 10 times and stuff.
Bro.
So like, and then like 10 years later, he tried contacting her on like MySpace, and she basically just told him to fuck off. But yeah, so
people are crazy. And like pretty much everyone online has to deal with these fucking weirdos. So weird.
Though ruthless and typically violent, the psychopath is a calculating machine.
And people act like I'm being hysterical for being scared of my stalker, who admits that he's incredibly violent, has gotten in hundreds of fights, has served time in jail.
No.
Has been psychotically obsessed for 5. And then he also has a kid who he's like weirdly not involved in their life whatsoever, lives in an RV like the Unabomber, and is in my country illegally at the moment. But no, I'm totally hysterical for being mad that Grease and Ben were telling him to keep pursuing me, even though I do believe it poses a threat to my life. A small threat, but a threat nonetheless.
He says he was in 100 fights. He's overcompensating.
Well, I believe that he's a violent idiot.
Right, but I think he's a pussy.
Well, I'm scared of him, so.
Okay.
Luckily, I don't think he's allowed to own like a gun or anything, but I don't know.
It would be hard for him.
There's a chance he would show up to my house and kill me because he truly believes I'm like the universe ordained soulmate, and it's very common for people like that to just like do a murder suicide.
Yeah. Because he's Canadian, it would be hard for him to legally get one in the U.S., I guess, but he could probably still get one because I don't know.
Exactly.
Illegal,
so Also, all I did was I filed a cyber stalking complaint after 5 fucking years of this shit. After not doing anything, once he started teaming up with the Thorpes, yes, I took legal action. Absolutely. Yeah. At least there's a paper trail now. Thank God. But I don't, check in. I saw one of his channels was deleted, and I was like, yay, but I guess they made another one. But I don't want to give them any supply either, because it just feeds into the whole fucking thing.
How to maximize his gratification and personal profit. Psychopaths lack empathy and may even be sadistic, but understand well and instantly the language of carrots and sticks. So your best coping strategy is to convince your psychopath that messing with your life or with your nearest is going to cost him dearly. Do not threaten him. Simply be unequivocal about your desire to be left in peace and your intentions to involve the law should he stalk, harass, or threaten you. Give him a choice between being left alone and becoming the target or becoming the target of multiple arrests, restraining orders, and worse. Take extreme precautions at all times and meet him only in public places.
All right. I think that's enough weird psychotic shit. Let's go watch some puppy videos and wind it down. All right. We get it. So in the end, people need to realize that everyone is working with different motivations and they have a different mental schema than you have. So when you give people this negative reaction, they like that, or not just as much, but it serves it just the same as any reaction is supply. That's why it's my New Year's resolution to stop reacting to the hate videos. Even though I haven't done major reactions, I just talk about it. But it comes up a lot in chat, and I'm going to need to, I'm just going to throw myself into new projects to just drown it out, because when you go above and beyond to try not to talk about it, I feel like that just makes it this perpetual meta, ooh, the after show's live. What are they doing? They're nice. They're Ruby fans. All right, let me look up some puppy Christmas.
Oh, my mom's boyfriend brought her a pit bull over today. I got some videos of that thing. I haven't uploaded them yet, but I gave him a Gumby toy and he chewed him. He chewed that thing. I'll show up for the Sunday show or whatever. Whatever.
Sunday. This stream is better than Lockout Grades. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, look at that.
Ruby gets hotter with age. Thank you. Well, I'm taking better care of myself, so that... Oh, great. Look who's here to start drama. Right when we're winding down with the puppies, we've got the bitch of the day herself. Julia, round of applause. She made an alt to come fuck with me. Is Grace happy? Are you going to send her little screenshot? See me now. LOL, I'm hot, but not a skank. Cam up, bitch. Cam up. Let's see. I would love to interact with you vocally.
The audio's kind of loud on the puppy video.
Okay. Well. Aww. Cute. See, this is the vibe. Oh, look, the attention whore who made an alternative account to get my attention and the chat's attention, but she would never go on cam because that's beyond. But way hotter. Then drop a pic, bitch. And here's your narcissistic supply. Keep popping off. It's hilarious.
These are baby terriers or...
Yeah. Ah! I want a puppy.
I wish they could stay puppies. Pomeranians stay pretty small.
Yeah, that's why I like smaller dogs. Plus, it's just more convenient living in the city. Oh. Precious. People stalk me too. That's not a status thing. It's just psychotic people fixate on random people. It's not a status thing. And I don't know who stalks you. You literally, you're just a username. Do you have a channel? I'm confused. Come on. I want to see, let's do a hotness off. Okay? We'll go visual to visual. Let's go. I love Yorkies. That's the kind of dog I had for a long time. So I'm a fan. Precious. Cute. Aww. Julia's probably drunk right now. She had too much spiked eggnog, but she's not drunk enough to cam up. That's a shame.
These are the weirdest video recommendations. A robot and a Sonic video after this.
Dog TV. Aww. New puppy surprise? No, I don't care about that.
Oh, dude,
Dog's
dog's
reacting
this.
just now.
That's what my mom's boyfriend's dog looked like. Or yeah.
Oh yeah, my dogs would always freak out about the snow. Says the meth addict. I've never been addicted to meth. That was not my drug of choice, silly. And I've been clean of hard drugs for a long time, and everyone knows that.
Oh wow.
But keep trying, Juliet. You're on fire, truly. Don't be a Julia. That sucks. I have a cousin named Juliet, and it's ruining that name. Just like Grace ruined the word grace for my mom and me.
How a nice dog looks. Like this.
That dachshund.
Someone threw their favorite bone outside before the snow started falling.
Yeah, people don't encourage my stalker.
That pavilion dude shows up in your stalker's chat all the time.
Guys, don't. There's other people to chat with. Why? Why him? I mean, it's whatever. If he's a lonely person, honestly, like, that doesn't bother me that much. Just as long as it's not about me or like his thing with me, that doesn't really super bother me.
It can be
and Grace restreams my every move. I would not be shocked at all. She's
definitely not the teaching.
Oh,
I need him at my store.
thank you, Zombie. That's very sweet.
This moment will remain in the core memory until the very last second of its beautiful life.
Oh, look at that.
If snow could be packaged, a lot of dog owners will definitely buy it.
They should get like tap dancing shoes for dogs that make like clacking noises.
Not all dogs have a childhood being this fun. Goldie is a lucky one.
Also, Brian, I just checked in and she's not. Why do people now say that? Like, she does that enough in reality. We don't need to lie about it. Like, fuck off. So annoying. But she does restream me constantly to try to fuck with my views. It's really annoying. But I'm happy to get rid of a lot of her audience. I don't want them.
Dad's not at home. It's time to have a snowball party.
Aww.
Little did you know that Husky's ancestors actually come from high mountains.
A volunteer docket person, if that's something. That actually could be cool to do, like some kind of docket thing. But yeah, and if I made money, I would share it too.
You want to show your loved one
not
what
a
you
horrible
just
person.
achieved.
Solution is to not getting stalked. Don't be an online skank. You should take your own advice, Julia. You're kind of giving off skink energy. So it seems like a bit of projection, honey. And no one's gonna take you seriously. I'm banning this account. Can you cam up, join, at least do a vocal? Are you that much of a text cuck? Like you literally are so scared you can't even vocalize? Come on, what are you scared of? I'm blocking you if you don't hit the link. I'm dropping the link, and if you don't hit it, I'm blocking you again. You're on an alt anyway. Like, what is with you guys getting blocked and making alts? There's so many channels on YouTube. Why me? Like, I'm flattered, but it's fucking crazy. All right, Julia. Waiting. Christmas Fernando updates. Actually, when we were driving away, I did see Fernando. Actually, no, that was fun. I feel like I'm mixing with him. He did seem a little out of it, but he came up to the car and I introduced him to my mom, actually. I don't know why I totally forgot that this happened. But yeah, he was just like walking down the street alone. But he lives with his family close by. So he's probably like, he's addicted to gambling. So he's probably like going around trying to get $1 for the, 24/7 rent free. Okay, so you're saying basically I'm a big pussy. I'm too scared to use my voice. I'm just gonna type because I'm a scared bitch, and I'm just gonna keep making alts. Like what? Does your dad still talk to you? Yeah. Yeah. We just were all together. My mom's really sweet since my dad can't drive right now. She goes to pick him up so that we can all be together, and it's really sweet. But he does have some like neurological issues, so I'm definitely closer to my mom, but I like to still see my dad for the holidays and stuff. It's so funny. I'm sure you're having a blast, Julia, but I'm blocking you because you're a total loser bitch.
Looks like I touched Pavilion's nerve. I think I rubbed his pussy the wrong way.
Steve Ninja watching Matt all day. What? Oh my god, the drama already. There's always like micro dramas. I noticed. It's like, it's kind of funny. I want to look up something. Ooh, I want to look up a baby sloth getting a bath. Yeah. I want to do the tiniest little baby. Yes. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking.
Oh, nice. Oh, you have those things. Oh, they are, what are they called? Thumb monkeys? They're like the smallest monkeys ever, and they're cute, but.
Aww. Me and Darius might be trying to make peace, okay? There might be a peace treaty. I might go to Austin at some point. Well,
he'll give you a part of his.
There, but
he'll cut.
Darius
he'll give you.
There, unfortunately,
he'll give you a cut of his Jerry curl as a peace offering.
You better.
Look at that. I mean, a grimace.
That's funny.
I heard grimaces do have big ones because I mean they're big. Grimaces are big creatures, you know.
Oh, look at its little face. They're so expressive. I love the face. Oh, do you know what else I love? A fruit bat. A fruit bat eating banana.
Yeah, thumb monkeys. That's what they're called. But yeah, look at fruit bat too.
Oh, let me look. Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
See, I don't watch porn. I watch this. And not for sexual. Not for sexual.
It looks like a. Yeah, it looks like a dog.
No, I am not getting any sexual gratification from this. I just think it's cute.
So, he's called in by.
Oh god.
The thumbnail was a little provocative, though. I must say.
This morning.
It was like,
so I
like okay, all right, black.
He may have come in to feed on the Grevilleas, and there just simply wasn't enough room.
No, that's fake news.
So he may
already the fucking smear campaign it continues.
It's funny how the biggest like freakiest bats are like vegetarian, or you know what I mean, they just eat fruit.
Yeah, and they're so innocent.
He'll be in care for a little while. He's got no injuries. There's nothing at all.
Look at that face. I love animals. All right, what is it? Thumb monkeys?
Thumb monkey.
Thumb monkey. Oh my gosh. Those are real. Oh my god. Finger monkey, the smallest monkey ever.
Oh, finger monkey,
So
maybe.
cute. How cute.
The finger monkey is the smallest primate on Earth. Finger monkeys live in groups of up to 8 individuals, where they engage
Look at
in
those.
vocal antics, grooming each other and exploring.
I'd be
the
afraid
world.
I'd accidentally crush it. You know what I mean? If
Agility allows them to
like
leap over
yeah,
30
like
tons.
if you slept in bed with it, you know, and you accidentally rolled on top of it, I'd be scared of that. But
Grimace, that is fake news. I did rap and mention white power, but it instantly denounced it in the next bar. So it was an edgy verse, and I denounced it myself.
oh yeah, those things they drink from tree sap.
Oh, I love the little. Oh my gosh.
And guess what? Even the older siblings lend a helping hand. This family-oriented approach ensures that the young monkeys receive the care and guidance they need to.
Oh, they're so cute. Oh, I want to look up a tiny teacup Yorkie puppies. Cute. This is what I want.
Oh my god, that thing is so tiny. We were on a farm that had those. I think it might have been a puppy mill, but
I think Trisha's like super filtered out in it. I didn't even talk about her here, but she's a case of someone who's addicted to attention, positive or negative. It's just all, you know. I think she's addicted to outrage too.
oh my gosh, that thing's so tiny.
I know. That's why I'm constantly changing my emails to use different free accounts. But I might just buy one eventually. Maybe with my next paycheck or something if I can pull it off. Ah!
Yeah.
Cute.
Oh, the hell? I think she just. Oh wait, hold up. There we go. Okay, wow. I was like, oh my god.
Sorry, I accidentally like clicked the wrong thing because I'm like not a functioning person.
It's a good thing I have the.
Offering a range of
Yeah, it's a good thing I have the keys now, because else, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's take
I know that's helpful. I'm glad I finally figured that out. But now this account's gonna run out of free time in like 4 hours. I left on the free. So I have to do it with a whole other email. It's so freaking annoying.
Yorkie is
Yeah.
a small dog
Yorkie,
breed
they're so
known for its long,
cute.
silky coat that is steel blue and tan in color.
Very cute. I want to see like the tiniest cute puppies. Oh.
Like free hours of just to use StreamYard?
Yeah, under this email. You get
Jeez.
20 hours a month or something. And I've been streaming a lot, so I kind of go through it.
Gotcha.
Oh, look at this aggressive teacup poodle.
To reach in and get him out of the home. No.
That dog's cute though. I like teacup poodles. I think are really cute.
He then rips the ski glove apart.
Grimace, that's also fake news. I would never.
Is all out.
I try people are just sweetest, biggest. Oh, they can be really sweet if they're raised like correctly. I've just had so many bad experiences in my city with like bad people having pit bulls. Tainted my perception.
The one I was with today was really nice.
I'm at that point, and I think I would offend.
I forgot I turned the volume kind of down.
With disciplining him, as in anytime I say no or get in your house.
Oh my god.
Growl and attack. Lay down.
Oh my gosh. Possessed.
And I'm laying him down to the bite thing. And I'm there for an hour. And he won't stop growling.
What a little freaky
I'll watch
dog.
TV while I do it because he won't stop.
Alright, that was really cool.
That was demonic.
Yeah, it's very demonic.
Oh, look at those 3 orcs. The one with the box.
This one? Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, Yorkies, they're so cute.
Sit.
This is good. It's festive too. Very on theme.
Oh my god.
I tried it. Exactly. I agree with that, Zombie. I just think they're frequently abused.
Oh my god, they're actually gonna open it.
Oh, look at them go!
Oh. You know how they have these YouTube accounts where like they do videos of people just opening packages? They should just have one of just these dogs just opening up Amazon packages just to see what's inside.
Oh, my mom's dog likes ripping open packages. Ruby Jr.
I feel like your mom's dog would get your channel demonetized because of its big schlong.
I know. It is kind of freaky looking. Yeah, because I'm just chilling, and I'm glad, like, I get stressed before the holidays and during the holidays, and I'm just glad, like, that's over. I have no obligations socially until New Year's, and I'm excited for my Planet Year, so I can just chill. I have a couple days off. I'm good.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, there's several of them.
Cute.
Might as well dump it.
Oh.
Cute.
Again? God damn it. Alright, any minute now. Alright, there she is.
Hello?
Oh yeah, you're a... Oh, hi Ruby. Oh,
Hi.
did you hear what the Thorpe said about you? Hi Ruby.
Is this what you're really into? Is this what you call a man?
Yeah.
I'm 27 and live in a basement, and I simp for the incest cult, but I don't know. I'm not really good at impersonations, and
Hi Ruby.
wait, how do let me turn on.
That's what you have to start out with.
That was my picture for like a joke, and I just left it like that. And it's funny because it does fuck with people, because then they are like, "Oh, he's my favorite character of that universe." I love the Naptown edit; made me really find him hilarious. But even though he is like such, I don't know, he's bizarre. I don't like that he like
Hurricane's
his
my
bed.
favorite.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Hurricane, come back whenever you're ready.
He sent me messages. I think he sent them on the Discord. I haven't checked any messages yet, but I don't know.
I haven't heard from him in a while. But I mean, if it was really getting to him to the point where he actually woke up his parents, was breaking the laptop and self-harming, it seems like that's a definite sign to take a break. So I don't want to pressure him at all to come back if he's not ready, because it's good to take a break sometimes. Every once in a while, I'll go stay at my mom's and unplug for a while. But I've been having fun online, even though it's been kind of like too intense at certain points. But it's been mostly fun, and I've been able to make the best of it. I guess that's it. Well, thank you for coming up, Stevie, and for joining me. And have a lovely evening. Any final words?
Merry Christmas and happy holidays, and I hope you had a wonderful time with the family.
Yes.
And looking at puppies.
Yes, of course. Dalmatian, I got sucked into watching Thorpe TV because I get notified by people if Dalmatian is on, and he was on, and he was roasting the fuck out of Grace. And he was making some very valid points about like, you're saying you're a trad wife, but you haven't even gone on a date. Like, she is getting older, and it's getting weirder that she thinks that her dates in like middle school count as romantic experience, and she's
No.
still trying to sell the daddy pill thing, and it's all just really, just so bizarre. Hey, what's up, an animal? She did a little reaction video to me, and it was like how I do it, like kind of boomery, like showing the phone like on the screen, or I don't know, instead of like doing it reacting. Merry Christmas, Ruby. Hey, were you ever on Battle Cam back in the day? I don't know. What's Battle Cam.
I kind of remember that, or unless I'm getting it mixed up with something that was this. I remember blog.tv.
I don't know. Well, thanks for coming on, Stevie, and I'll talk to you later. Hello, everyone. I'm back to full screen. Final glimpse at the visual. I've been smoking weed all night. I do not want to go out, so I'm gonna be antisocial. Let's say I'm pretty honest with my friends. I always give like the percentages. I said it was like a 25% chance. Now it went down to a 0 because I'd rather just watch stuff and fall asleep early and not be hungover tomorrow. Oh my god, what question? That's such a weird, dark question to ask. Oh my gosh, I don't think this is really the format, but Merry Christmas, Ruby. Have a nice rest of the day. Have you been raped? You're psychotic. You did that to get points with Grace because you were caught simping. Caught in 4K, bitch. No, I loved it because I do the same thing too, where I'll be doing a phone stream and then I'll like point it to my laptop and whatever, fuck it. Like, sometimes I just do what's easier. Ruby, I'm gonna give you a Merry Christmas someday. That's where the Keemstar bro to be asking. Yeah, it's a little. That's kind of a weird. Just a heads up. This weirdo Dank IRL says he has known you since the Battle Cam days. I mean, I made my rounds on YouTube for a while when I started using my channel a lot in 2020 during the pandemic, like everyone. And I was making my rounds. I was going on other streams, but not that many. I think I maybe did I had 9 streams on my channel. Maybe I went on 10 other streams. I don't know. I'm really bad at remembering all this stuff. And then after 6 months of that, I just abandoned the channel completely and just focused on relapsing and doing chatterbait with my ex, as Grace has been spending her Christmas looking at clips of because she's fucking obsessed with me. And I'm her thinspo at the moment. So I'm glad I can inspire you to be better and to create content. Hopefully you can feel inspired to I don't know, talk about a topic, anything that isn't me or you. No, I was not. No, I didn't do it. My first streaming was I think going to I used StreamYard for the first time. It was going on an AIU stream, which is on this channel. If you look my AIU debate, it's one of my oldest videos, one of my more popular videos, I think. So my Christmas, dude, what the fuck? I'm contemplating banning you because what is wrong with you? Battle Cam was, oh yeah, no. In 2016, I was still doing music and stuff and not doing anything YouTube. I didn't get into that until 2020. Glad you stuck around tonight, Ruby. You've been great. Thank you. Grace Tefo, yeah, she's obsessed. Dude, it's not even on the download, and she's admitted she likes lesbian porn. She conducts herself. She's very masculine in her presence and energy. Grimace, don't be like, hey, have you been raped, bitch? What the fuck? You're Merry Christmas, P.S. Have you been raped? As we're just winding down, what do you... I did a whole stream actually talking about my experience doing webcam, and I did, when I was a stripper, I did have some negative experiences with the customers, and that's why I stopped stripping at a strip club. But rape is such a strong word. I knew he was lying about it. Most likely knows you from Loco Queens. Just beware the name because he will suck up the streamer's name drop and then try to micromanage you. Ain't nobody micromanaging this bitch, okay? Look up Keemstar Alex clip just not while streaming. I was just wondering if you've been raped. It's a normal question. It's not normal at all. And you are obviously severely autistic or cruel. That's totally like random and weird. But no, I don't think I've experienced anything that really constitutes rape, but there have been some very traumatic. I've had traumatic sexual experiences when I was a stripper. You know, I was whacked out on drugs and there were like men who were terrible around me. And that's why I stopped going. But then I got like PTSD from it and got addicted to Xanax for a while and then started smoking crack for the first time in 2015, turned my life around in 2016, was on an upward trajectory until I relapsed in 2021. Are you still in the Loghouse Live universe? You haven't been keeping up this, or I haven't. I am. I'm still in the Discord. I didn't get kicked out. Keem Spy. No, I'm curious. I would like to participate now that the Thorpes aren't involved in it. I have some concerns, but I feel like I can express that and just, you know, be myself and see what happens. And it could be a fun opportunity. I've met a lot of cool people through it so far. So I know you're a wild card. Well, just watch it out for you. A wild Ruby will always be better content than a Ruby managed micromanage. Maybe, but also I benefit from structure. I do benefit from that, but I go through like creative bursts, you know, where I'm like doing a lot, creating a lot, and then I kind of like retreat and like shut down for a little while. So that just might be my pattern of creating stuff. I feel like my face looks crazy. I could just be high, but it looks like crazy. Scheme Star. I know, right? Like, what? People just like to fuck with you online, and it's dark and weird and disappointing because I like to just interact with chatters and connect with random people online. Ever since I was little, I was doing like chat roulette and talking to random people online. When I was 11, I was in the AOL chat rooms. I've just always liked talking to people online. So that's why it's natural for me to be a webcam model. And that's why it's natural for me to do streaming to an extent, I think. I'm used to talking to strangers online and I enjoy it. For better, for worse. I pay the consequence of that. You always look hot though. Thank you. No, you look absolutely stunning. Wow, thank you. I feel a lot more confident. Wait, do I work? I've never worked for Keem. No. I didn't get picked for the audition. Because I outshined the master, apparently. JK. I wouldn't sign me. So, but it's a good platform and way to connect with other people. I've already met a lot of other cool YouTubers I want to collaborate with, but I've also met some terrible ones. So it's a mixed bag, but I do like a lot of the people I interact with there. And a lot of them got chat ornaments. So, yeah. Dude, I literally would go in a chat room. This was, yes, ASL. Okay, I would do this. 11, female, CT, blonde, hair, blue eye. I would post that in chats. Like, and I was 11 posting that. And then I would just talk to random people. Probably not great. But I never met up with them or anything like that. So it didn't, it wasn't like that. Age, sex, location. Oh my gosh. I've posted females in those chat rooms. Hundreds of DMs from creeps going to me. Oh my God. Not a single one. It's weird being a female on the internet, but it's whatever. Living. And then for a long time, my bio was blonde eyes, blue hair. I thought that was like, what? So stupid. Damn, same here. I was 11. I know. I used to get, you got mail. I was on that old school internet. Beautiful MAGA women. I do have a decent conservative segment to my audience because for whatever reason, I ended up interacting with more conservatives just by whatever algorithm I got pushed into. I just happens to have been invited to more shows of that nature. Like Killstream, obviously, is a right-wing audience. Loco Live, it seems pretty mixed, pretty centristy, which works for me. I like that. Dude, I would never sign with Ben. No. No, he's extremely unstable and exploitative. And has narcissistic personality disorder and bipolar disorder. To a crippling degree. Loco Live, it's mixed and Kim goes on MAGA and conspiracy rants. Search all my WAV files and able to play songs. You got mail. Oh, I used to use AIM too, and I'd write like little song lyrics like as my thing. Oh, I love that you still have that email. I end up using the same old things too for like ever, so I get it. I think that's precious that you use it. It's a nice throwback. Yeah, the CT stands for Connecticut. I already got docs, so you know. Oh, I was very active on the punk message boards too. I was like really into like typing out my top 10 bands of the day, my top 10 songs, and I would just do that. And like there'd be like no responses, of course, but I was like very into that. Yeah, it was song lyrics. I think mine was "If You're Gonna Scream, Scream with Me," or like some other like Misfits lyric. I was like super into the Misfits. Only with Danzig though, obviously, not completely degenerate. That's like way too degenerate. If you're gonna scream, scream with me. Oh, it's like this never lasts. When do creatures beep your face? Happy to open up the door. All right, people, I'm exhausting myself. Thank you so much for the people who donated. That's fucking awesome. Very much appreciated. I don't deserve it, but you made it happen anyway. And this was the Board of Love. That was my art for the day. Sadly, I could not find my crayons that I got because I'm a child. Quadratic, that should be like the new copy pasta. Maybe I need to give it another chance, but no, it's never been my jam. Ruby, no shit. I actually live in the same area as a Keemstar, but I never am. I mean, I guess I don't want to dox, but I think it's known that he lives like in New York or something, which is close to me. I'm in Connecticut. I go to New York, you know, every couple of months at least. I think we went over like most of my notes and stuff. I don't think I'm a narcissist. Like, I actually don't think I have a personality disorder. I think if I had to guess, like you know, I've been diagnosed by many doctors with bipolar and ADHD. That's all. But it's never been borderline. It's never been narcissistic. It's never been any of those. I think I'm sane. I don't see what the big issue is. I just have ups and downs. Don't we all, though? I guess I just get like a little too uppity. Okay. Thank you, guys. Do you take... No, because I'm too much of a freaking junkie to take it correctly. So I am going to... Oh, great. Now my... Cool. Thank you, Internet. It's just saying, I think I'm fine. Maybe I just was manic from going down on methadone. And I'm functioning. I'm going to work, like, and I'm just making a lot of content. Like, what is the big deal? Zombie saw Keem in his Tesla truck. Yes, everyone, positive vibes. All right, let's just end it. Thank you so much, guys, and good night. Peace out.